Anytime you're feeling stressed, angry, upset, nervous, any sort of emotion that is not helping you stay calm and collected, what I recommend is to breathe. I like to do a 5-5-8 breathing pattern or a 5-8-8, and what that means is you inhale for a count of 5, you hold for a count of 5 or count of 8, and then you exhale slowly for a count of 8. When you inhale all the way in. So you fill up your lungs, your belly, everything. You are to the point where there's no more oxygen that you could put in your body. And then you hold that for either a count of 5 or count of 8. And then you exhale slowly for a count of 8. One of the trick is to count backwards and not up, because I've noticed when you count up, you start to kind of lose the pace. So to count from 5 to 1 or 8 to 1. Do this at least 3 times until you start to feel your physical sensations, your emotions settling down. And this should help regulate your nervous system and bring you back to calm. If you're not used to breathing exercises or breath work, exhaling out for a count of 8 may be challenging. So what I would recommend is when you exhale out, to purse your lips like you are going to take a drink from a straw, like that, and then you slowly exhale, and that keeping your lips like that will help you control your breath. And by counting down, you know how many seconds are left, so you could control how much you're exhaling at each count. Recently, I took an underwater course, and this class is geared towards free divers and surfers, where in strenuous situations where we have to hold our breath. And in that class, I learned something called breathe up, which is very similar to this. They use a count of 2 to 8, and you breathe in for 2, you hold for 2, and you breathe out for 8. They taught a technique where you put your tongue behind your teeth and you make like a hissing noise, and that will help you control your breath. It goes something like so if you put your tongue behind your teeth so that you're blocking the airway, then it will help you control how much you're exhaling. So do you want to do one together? Let's do it. Okay, so I'll have a countdown clock on the screen. Let's start with 5-5-8. So we're going to inhale for 5. Remember to fill your entire lungs and your belly. So you're going to expand your belly and your lungs until there's no additional space. We're going to hold that state for a count of 5, and then we're going to exhale for a count of 8. And you could either do the technique like you're blowing out of a straw, or put the tongue behind your teeth to block the airway to slow down the air coming out. Before we start, I would suggest that you sit down in a comfortable setting. Bring attention to how your body's feeling, and then bring your attention inwards. Pay attention to any emotions happening, any physical sensations, anything going on in the head, the throat, the chest, the stomach, lower half of your body, even your toes and your fingers. And just take a couple seconds to just pay attention. Okay, let's start. Did you notice any shift maybe around the last 3 seconds of when you were exhaling? If you did, that is awesome, because that's exactly why we do this exercise, because it will start to help calm you down. If you didn't feel it, it's okay. It doesn't always happen on the first try. Keep doing it over and over again. So why don't we try the 5-8-8. So we do the inhale for 5, hold for 8, and exhale for 8. And again, bring your attention inwards, pay attention to what you're feeling, what's going on in your body, and let's get started. Did you notice any shift this time around? If you didn't, it's totally okay. That's why I recommend always doing about 3 rounds minimum. Sometimes we need to do 5 or 10 depending on the situation, but give it a try. Especially if you've never done breath work and this is all new to you, I would suggest to practice this even if you're not in a negative or anxious state, just to start understanding, learning the pattern and controlling your breath, learning to expand your chest and your belly all the way out and then breathing all the way out. Next time you're stressed, angry, nervous, whatever emotion you're feeling, give this exercise a try and let me know how it was. I would love to get some feedback, how the experience was for you, if it helped you, if it didn't, if you noticed any challenges. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. And if you have any questions, go ahead and post them and I'll do my best to address them in a future video. Thank you for watching, and most importantly, thank you for being on your inner work journey. Wishing you peace, clarity, and a beautiful rest of your day. Sending you love and light. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.